You mentioned some of the basic capabilities. Why don't we spell it out, for maybe who is new to FinOps? So what are the capabilities companies should look for? Because as you said, it's quite a complex process and journey.
Yeah. So as we know, FinOps has like three phases, like inform, optimize, and operate. And starting with inform, this is where most of the companies start, right? Just kind of getting a pulse on where you actually stand. In that phase, you're like just allocating all the cloud costs, because what we see in most of the environments, because it's such a dynamic environment, because it's easy to uh, like sometimes tagging is not right. Sometimes people tag resources incorrectly, right? So step one is like just doing like showbacks where you're working on allocating every single dollar in your cloud spend to a team, to a project, and that is a good starting point, right? So, and NOps allows you to do that automatically. We create, we make it easy for you to get policies. So like if someone misspelled production with prod, or prod 1, prod 2, we can kind of group them together. So these policies allow you to kind of allocate every single dollar in your cloud spend. And then, the second phase in my mind is like, especially if you were talking about like FinOps, is like optimize, right? And in that phase, I think what I see is like focusing on automation to get quick wins. One of the number one challenges of just adopting FinOps in general is, making engineers take action, right? Like empowering engineers to take actions. And the reason why I think engineers don't take action, we need to have empathy towards engineers. Like, why is it hard, right? It's hard because let's say you want to optimize your RI utilization, you want to maximize your RI coverage in on AWS. It is actually not an easy job, right? Engineers should focus on innovation. They should not be spending time learning AWS pricing plan, right? So, so I think the key sort of takeaway is like we gotta focus on automation, right? We gotta provide experiences to engineers, so it is easy to take action, so it is easy to take ownership and accountability of the cloud spend.
Yep. We have a comment over here. And apps helpful to save money. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jory, if I'm not butchering your name. Yes, thank you so much for being here with us. So, addressing to the audience, ask us questions, okay? If there's something that JT can help with at the moment, we're happy to answer live or follow up with you. So, please leave us your location, leave us where you're joining, because we want to know the geography. We want to know where actually how FinOps is making strides across the globe. And we know their customers in India, in Europe, and US, and wherever else. So please let us know where you're from. JT, this is fabulous. You mentioned engineers, okay, and you mentioned how they love to experiment. That's not new. They became engineers because they love that feeling of creating new stuff, of playing with stuff, right? And accountability is something that kind of pushed on them. How do you see this going right now out there on marketplace? Because okay, some probably is more accountable than others.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, engineers are good at like building stuff, right? That's why they're engineers, like you mentioned, right? They're good at solving tough problems. But the skill set of optimizing these cloud services is a totally different skill set, in my opinion. The more time they spend on like understanding AWS pricing plans, and the more time they spend on just figuring out how they're going to optimize their spend, um, that's like less time working on innovation, right? So I believe that engineers should focus on innovation, and companies should leverage tooling and that brings automation, right? And automation to optimize their spend, automation to create better showbacks. Yes, there's still going to be some engineering efforts, to implement some of these solutions, but I think it's far less than just engineers, trying to just dig and understand how AWS pricing plans work, or trying to see, what are some of the resources that we can like shut down, non-peak hours, and trying to fine tune auto scaling groups, for example, right? I mean, that all those activities require a lot of time. So one of the things we do at FinOps is, like, like, for example, we automatically, learn your usage pattern, and we try to optimize your auto scaling groups. We leverage machine learning, and we find group of resources that could be like paused, or stopped, non-peak hours, right? And let's be honest, like, one of the main reason we moved to cloud is because of that capability, right? You can throttle it down when you don't need resources, and you scale up when you do need resources, right? So we're just, as I like to say, we're putting E back to the elasticity, where, like, leveraging machine learning, and just focus on how do we make it easy, so engineers don't have to spend a lot of time in order to take actions on, adopting FinOps. How do we make that experience easier and easier?